Everyone eats chocolates. Everyone likes to give and receive chocolates. It is hard to find a person who avoids chocolates. However, have you ever thought about the chocolate you are eating? Have you ever thought about what's in the chocolate that you give to the loved one? Here is a Kraft chocolate factory, which only produces the kind of chocolate called bean-to-bar Chocolatory. What is bean-to-bar chocolate? Simply put, the chocolate produced by experts called chocolate maker, from importing cacao bean, which is the main ingredient of the chocolate, to packaging and selling completed chocolate bars in a single space. It's characterized by very healthy ingredients, mainly because mostly it contains much fewer chemicals, and since the taste and aroma of cacao beans are different by the place of origin, like coffee or wine, it's a feature that you can pick and enjoy by your preference. Let's take a close look at the production process of bean-to-bar chocolate. Before getting into production, the chocolate maker chooses the origin of the cacao bean after several test batch production and tasting with the sample beans received from cacao sourcing people or cacao farmers. Now it's time for sorting. Sorting is the step that the chocolate maker sorts out things such as damaged beans or not beans by hand. It must be done by an expert because the chocolate maker must know how it looks and what color of the rotten or poor quality beans. Sorting can be considered one of the most important steps because the sorted cacao beans become cacao nibs, and the nibs become the very fundamental ingredient of all products. If the sorting step isn't done properly, there can be unwelcome smell and taste. Now it's time for roasting. The step of roasting has many more meanings than just making cacao beans eatable. First, by roasting, the germs on the cacao beans are gone away. Like pecan bean, very professional chocolate makers have different roasting methods for each origin to manifest the gustatory charms of each origin as much as possible, so that in this step, one more interesting point is added about bean-to-bar chocolate. And here it is, the winnowing machine. After roasting, the cacao beans enter the winnowing machine and are crushed. The cacao beans are pulverized and then divided into heavy cacao nibs and light cacao husk according to the machine principle. The cacao nibs become the main ingredient of bean-to-bar chocolate, and cacao husk can be used as cacao tea or fine compost. This interesting-looking machine is called the conching machine. The crushed cacao nibs go into the conching machine. Here, Hunbean is picking out some tiny cacao husks to final check before putting the cacao nibs into the conching machine. To make the cacao nibs to the form of chocolate, the conching machine must work hard for 72 hours. The chocolate maker constantly checks the number on the gauge, puts the cacao nibs regularly so that the machine doesn't overwork, and sometimes Hunbean uses a hit gun to help the machine's grinding. In the process of conching, sugar, another main character of bean-to-bar chocolate, is added. Chocolatory uses organic cane sugar that has been certified as organic since its opening. This is the step where every respective additive is added according to the type of chocolate. Also, the percentage of cacao nibs and sugar here determines what percentage of chocolate it is. All single-origin bar products in Chocolatory are 70% dark chocolate with 0 other additives. We can see the clear progress of cacao nibs being ground more and more, and the chocolate getting smoother. This is possible because cacao beans contain a very high amount of cacao butter. After 72 hours of conching and about 2 weeks of aging, the chocolate maker puts the chocolate into the tempering machine and turns the machine on. Tempering is also one of the important steps in the process of the production of bean-to-bar chocolate. Inside the tempering machine, in which its temperature is adjusted by the chocolate maker, the chocolate goes through temperature changes and its molecular structure becomes much systematic. Well-tempered bean-to-bar chocolate features a smooth gloss on the surface and a cheerful snap sound and feel. After tempering, the chocolate maker starts to do molding using the chocolate molds. The chocolate maker puts the exact number of grams of chocolate into the mold, does the molding on the rapidly bouncing, vibrating plate to minimize air bubbles, then puts it in the refrigerator and cools it down. Finally, here is the last step, packaging. The chocolate maker does demolding the cooled chocolate bars. However, if the surface of the finished chocolate is not valuable as a product, it is put into and melted back in the tempering machine. When the packaging is done without letting go of the tension until the very end, it is finally displayed as a bean-to-bar chocolate product that consumers can enjoy.
제가 계속 빈투버 초콜릿을 만들어 판매할 수 있는 이유는 아마도 열정이 있기 때문이겠죠. 그 열정은 제가 가지고 있는 작은 믿음이라고 생각을 해요. 제가 초콜릿을 만들면서 기본적으로 지켜야 될 몇 가지가 있는데, 그 철학을 담아서 초콜릿을 판매를 할 때 제가 의도했던 그런 모든 것들이 소비자한테 오롯이 전달될 것이다 라는 그런 믿음이 있거든요. 그런 믿음을 가게에서 일을 하다 보면은 목격하는 그런 순간순간들이 있어요. 상품을 지낼 때 놓고 그 상품을 소비자가 보면서 눈빛이 반짝반짝하고 테이스팅도 했을 때 너무 맛있다라고 표현을 하면서 내 믿음이 오롯이 소비자한테 전달되는 그런 순간을 가게에서 직접 목격했을 때 빈투버 초콜릿을 만들면서 힘들었던 그런 순간들이 다 잊혀지고 또 다른 초콜릿을 열심히 만들 수 있는 그런 열정이 솟아납니다.